Counter punch boxing Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, King Kong. Wow, look, I'm excited. It's crazy though. There's like not a lot of excitement. I talk about it all the time on the channel. You know, we have these like huge fights, and I don't know. I just don't feel they get the attention they should. Well, maybe at least not on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know. The numbers will tell. I think they're going to do really good numbers. But look, this is the real deal. This is the test for Deontay Wilder. You know, and me personally, I'm tired of hearing he's a bum, he's this, he's that. I mean, look, the dude's running from nobody. He challenges everybody. You know, going to go fight Povetkin. We all know what happened. It got canceled for the PEDs. You know, he's going to fight the Polish dude. Got canceled. You know, what more do you want? Beat Bermane twice, accept any challenge, not ducking anybody, not running from anybody. You know, what is it? I don't understand what it is. You know, the windmill punching, we'll get into that like a series. Like, why do people hate on this dude? You know, especially if you're from America, right? You know, he's the new American heavyweight champion, and he should be supported. I don't understand it. I really don't. But Deontay Wilder, like I said, doesn't run from anyone. And by the way, you know, look, this is a side note. I'm tired of hearing from Steven Espinoza or every CEO at every hotel or some beer company or whatever at these press events. Nobody wants to hear that. You know, it's like, we want to hear from the fighters, and that's it. You know, Dana White had it right. You know, Dana White had it right. And if you heard him, you know what I mean. But look, Luis is not coming to lay down. He's coming to fight. He's got the skill, the fundamentals. Both guys bring two completely different styles, okay? And we'll talk about that clash up in a minute, but Luis 6'4", Deontay Wilder, I think he's like 6'7". I know he's taller. You know, I believe there's about a 3-inch height difference. Luis Ortiz 84-inch reach, Deontay Wilder 83. But you know, think about the fundamentals. Finding the range is everything, especially in the heavyweight division. Okay, and I think Luis Ortiz will try to do just that, just like Charlo. He's going to work on that reach and finding that range, and probably working more on the outside. But you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful. You really do. But we look, Deontay Wilder has that one-punch knockout power in the right hand, so I think that will probably be the game changer. We'll see. You know, we'll see. And I know, like I said, I know what you're thinking. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, he throws the crazy windmill punches, but he still gets the job done. And I've seen Deontay Wilder box like a pro. I mean, here's the thing. When he does all that crazy windmill stuff, I think he's showing off. But I've seen him, you know, box like a pro, throw, you know, fundamentally correct punches. He can do it when he wants to. I think he does that just he gets excited or whatever. But eventually, you know, the other side, he'll get caught. Eventually, throwing them crazy windmill punches, he will get caught. You know. So I don't know. I think and let me just kind of get off on a left field thing here real quick. It's funny, absolutely funny, how hypocritical and fake certain boxing channels can be. You know, they call Manny Pacquiao old at 39, right? They call Gennady Golovkin old at 36. But when it comes to Luis Ortiz, they don't want to hear nothing about how old he is. Okay, I've heard other boxing channels out there, even Rigondeaux, you know, oh, he's old. That's why Lomachenko beat him because he's old, washed up. You know, he's old man. You know, when they're like rolling there in a wheelchair and stuff. But now, when it comes to Luis Ortiz, you know, he's older, in his late 30s, I believe. You know, they don't want to hear that. It doesn't mean age doesn't mean anything in boxing. You know, it doesn't mean anything in boxing. But yet you go back a month ago and all they can talk about, well, is of course Lomachenko beat Rigondeaux. You know, he's an old man. But you know, so they want, and here's the thing, the reason they're doing that's obvious, but I'll explain it. You know, they want to they don't want anything to take away from Deontay Wilder's win. You know, when Wilder wins, they don't want people saying, well, he beat another old guy, he's a bum. You know, so like I said, they kind of, you know, change the narrative whenever it fits their own narrative, you know. So it drives me crazy. So like I said, also, you know, they called every other boxer washed up and old, over the hill. You get the point. It's a double standard, you know, that kind of thing. But getting back into at least Luis Ortiz, stellar amateur career, you know, just an incredible amateur boxing career, you know, great background, fundamentally sound. You know, to me, he moves like a light heavyweight, but hits like a damn truck, you know, like a beast heavyweight. So, you know, so And look, here's the thing, and I've heard them use the term to describe Deontay Wilder as unorthodox. In fact, according to earlier mentioned channels, it's a new style of fighting. So, you know, that's another thing I wanted to mention, that, you know, they're calling Deontay Wilder's unorthodox windmill style of fighting a new style of fighting. So it's just like there's no links these guys won't go to justify whatever it is they're trying to justify. You know, he throws a windmill, oh, well, that's a new style. That's 2018 punching right there. That's something new. You know, he's bringing something new and fresh to boxing. You know, so don't defend it. Don't defend it. You know, just do what I do and say, yeah, he does admit it, own up to it. But, you know, he's also got the fundamental goods to get the job done. That's how you answer that shit, you know. But you got Jarrell on the undercard, and Charlo. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Charlo had to pull out because Santano pulled out. So Charlo basically backed out, and now you got Jarrell, something like that. You know, forgive me. I should know this, but I believe, yeah, we had Charlo on the undercard, and the other dude canceled, pulled out. He had to back out, and now as a replacement, you got Jarrell in a rematch. Now, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I should know this, but I don't, and I apologize. So, but you know, so yeah, I mean, that's basically what I think. As far as my prediction goes, I've got Deontay Wilder winning. Okay, that is my prediction, and I don't think I've ever, well, no, I haven't. I haven't gotten any fight wrong when it comes to Deontay Wilder. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see if I get it right. But I think probably, I don't know, I'd say the later rounds, you know. I think, because look, in Luis Ortiz, last time he fought, he was covered in sweat. You guys remember that? He had like millions of little beads of sweat all over him. And I was like, what in the hell is wrong with this dude? And we know there's been like the whole PED, you know, thing in the past, which I'm not going to get into. But, you know, I'm wondering now, if he is clean, which he is, obviously, because he's testing, I'm wondering, you know, is he not the same anymore? I mean, was the rumor true? You know, was you know, his dangerous punching power and aggression and all that, was it due to medication, you know, to drugs? I'm wondering. I don't know. But like I said, the way he was sweating, you know, I've seen it in my own boxing gym. Guys, when they sweat like that, they beat up. I mean, it's like their body's like a river. You know, it's usually, it's from medication. You know, you sweat like that because of medication. So also, they were showing his hand, you know, Deontay Wilder, there's big talks about Luis Ortiz and his left or right hand, how it looks just incredibly injured right now. You know, it's like this big calloused, kind of like scarred over looking thing, you know. But according to them, his hand has been like that for 20 years. There's no injury. He's good. He's fresh, ready to go, and he's wearing gloves. So if you go back and watch the press event, he's wearing gloves, you know. And I'm like, well, why is a dude wearing gloves? You know, it's kind of weird, but apparently he's covering his hands. So, you know. And I thought that was weird. Like if it's something like a callus from hitting the bag or 20 years of boxing, why cover it? You know, be proud of that. Hey, that's like scar or what do you call it? Battle scars. You know, don't cover that up. Be proud of it, right? You know, hey. But I thought that was a little bit odd. Like, why is he hiding his hands? I mean, he's literally wearing like black garden gloves, you know, to a press event. Odd, very odd. But yeah, that's my prediction. Without getting into, you know, who, how, what, when, where, and why, I think Deontay Wilder is going to pull it off. I mean, this is, to me, the biggest test of his career, you know, more so than Stavern, Spiltzka, and all them, obviously. I mean, after this, where does he go? I mean, there's only place to go in my mind. That would be Anthony Joshua. So now, of course, you have Lou DiBella. You know, he's worried. You know, and he's made that very clear in the media that he's worried. He does not want Deontay Wilder to lose, because then they're going to lose out on that mega, you know, heavyweight pay-per-view event with Anthony Joshua. And by the way, this is going to be on regular cable TV. This is not a pay-per-view. Okay, now how awesome is that? You know, you got to respect that. You know, it's going to be on regular Showtime in 2 days. Actually, today's Thursday, so Saturday night, you know, regular Showtime. And I've also heard, you know, HBO, they're having a card on as well, and they're wondering, I've heard other channels wonder, you know, they're going to be in Brooklyn, and then I believe, I forget who it is, Kovalev, I can't remember who else is fighting in New York as well, like literally like right by each other. So they're talking about how that's like bad planning. You know, why would they schedule two big fights on in one night? You know, so that's something I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but it's been done. It's been done, you know, not so close. I mean, like I said, you have two big fights going on in New York City, Saturday night, March 3rd. So interesting. But anyway, I've got Deontay Wilder winning. I think that right hand is going to connect. I think Luis Ortiz, he's going to get tired in the later rounds, and Deontay Wilder is going to catch him. But, you know, hey, if Luis Ortiz catches Deontay Wilder, I'm not going to be surprised either way. You know, I mean, this is kind of a pick'em fight in my opinion, but I'm leaning towards Deontay Wilder because I don't like what I've seen out of Luis Ortiz in the last 2 fights to where Deontay Wilder looked great. You know, now one thing, this is an odd prediction that I have as well. I kind of see maybe Deontay Wilder getting injured, you know, because we know he broke that right hand, and, you know, I think it's still a little bit brittle. Anytime you have an injury like that, it's never the same. So I kind of thought, like, I wonder if he's, you know, he's going to be so excited and just all that adrenaline. I'm wondering if he's going to throw a crazy, you know, sloppy punch and hurt his hand, you know, maybe even the jab. I don't know, but that's what I think. You know, I think there might be some kind of injury. I don't know why I think that, but I do. But regardless, I've got this man winning late round stoppage.